Morning everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the Universal Tarot. Universal Tarot, universal energies, using the Universal Tarot. The Magician on one side, the Empress on the other. What we're doing there, and the Sun on the side. Okay, what I want to have a look at in this particular reading is the Nutlick kids. So Howard, call him Nutlick because I just can't think of him any other way. Apparently he purchased, or his company or his trust or whatever, Cantor Fitzgerald purchased the tariff, the tariff debt or something, whatever it was. I don't know quite know how it works. I won't pretend to, and I haven't looked into it. But however it works, apparently the Cantor Fitzgerald paid pennies in the dollar for the shorting that the tariff debt would need to be paid back. So basically taking a gamble. Well, it's not a gamble if you know what the answer is going to be. A gamble on the tariffs being overturned by the Supreme Court. I mean, it was obvious it was fake. The tariff money's not coming back. The tariff money's gone. I hate to tell you, that's what I keep getting, is the tariff money is gone. However, tide is turning and they're desperately trying to keep a lid on something. So I want to have a look at the Nutlick kids. We've got Brandon, Kyle, Cassie and Ryan. Now, apparently Brandon, he's got blimmin' Kushner vibes about him, Jared Kushner vibes, is the president of Cantor Fitzgerald. Kyle, the next one down, is the vice president of Cantor Fitzgerald. Cassie, I think from what I read, seems to have gone off and done her own thing. And Ryan is very much, the youngest, is very much Eric Trump wannabe. So I want to have a look at the kids. So apparently they shorted, or they took however it works out, they're going to make a killing. However, it's very much insider trading. So I want to have a look at what is going to happen to the Nutlick kids when it all falls apart. Gift from the past, absolutely naivety about the gift from the past. Looking at gift horse in the mouth pretty much with that Six of Cups. I won't say they're naive, but naivety. It's these parasitic oligarchs seem to have an arrogance about them that they think they're untouchable because of their money, because that's how it's been for the last however many 100 years. They've been untouchable because they've had money. Oh, what's that? This one's flipped over as I was shuffling and then turned up on the top. Poor choices based on greed and power and vanity and addiction. And this is what I'm talking about. They're delusioned because of, and I'm not talking about Cassie, I'm talking about the others. And of course, it's always the boys that seem to be. So we've got this gift from the past, based on greed and power and vanity and being untouchable, but that veil has been stripped aside recently. So there's this delusion about choices based in this external desire for excess wealth. But so come on down, the Nutlick kids. Sounds like a TV show, doesn't it? The energy they're stewing in at the moment is the star. It can be the narcissist energy. It's also about being the star. Their dad is one of the stars in the Orange Twerp's cabinet. And gosh, if you saw the media conference, so after the Supreme Court came out and said, illegal, pay it back. The Orange Twerp held a conference um, saying, oh, 10%, no, 15%. And Nutlick was standing behind him, grinning like a Cheshire cat, because he knew that he made out big and he knew that he will potentially continue. Well, he thinks he's continuing to make out big. The energy they're stewing in at the moment is at the moment they are sitting in the narcissistic star position, the untouchable position. However, I'm being drawn to the bird in the background there on the tree, heralding a warning that there's not being heeded. Okay, in the past, the Ace of Swords, yeah, it was all part of the strategy. Oh, yeah, that's all I can say about that. That's all my guides are giving me. It was a deliberate strategy that came to fruition, but the energy over them at the moment, and I'm talking about the kids, is the Two of Pentacles. It's very public that they made out like a bandit. It's very public that they have inside information. They're juggling the options or potentially juggling the money options. And it's not as steady on the feet as what they thought it was because of this delusion. Okay, the immediate future. We've got the King of Wands. Some sort of, this is my legislators card. So this could be a ruling coming out. We've got Temperance. Pouring back and forth, creating alchemy externally for them, trying to bring about alchemy as the new day dawns. Make gold out of lead. Internally, the Moon card. Not good for them. So something we're coming up for over Washington, isn't it? A lunar eclipse. We've had the solar eclipse around the bottom of the Earth, around the pole, Antarctica. This is about the lunar eclipse information coming out, which is early March. I mean, the eclipses do cover a couple of week period around each of them, but internally darkness that they want kept hidden. Right. Hopes and fears. The Three of Pentacles, insider trading, the outcome, the World card, loss, and strung up. This is not going to end well for the Nutlick kids. Volatile information coming out with that Knight of Pentacles about this the unbalanced relationship, off the cliff with the Fool. The Knight of Cups, information being brought forward, or this could be false friend. But then you've got legal action, and you've got the Hierophant, the higher courts, and the Tower card, and the Death card. Stupid idiots they are. Yeah, they're delusional about how they're going to get away with this. So who have we got on the bottom? So this is the King of Cups, High Priestess, Hermit, investigation, the Steel, trying to keep a lid on it, but it's just all too much with that Ten of Wands. And then we have Justice, Strength, Page of Swords, so there's strength on legal information coming forward and an inability to harvest. It's going to happen quite quickly, a lot of information, and they might find themselves in a Eight of Swords situation. And Eight of Swords is someone who puts themselves there. That it's self-inflicted, back up against the wall, and the Death card. It's not going to go down well for the Nutlick kids. Oh, and then death and legal. as I poker shuffled them. I know death stayed on the bottom, but ending in legal. Nutlick's tied himself to the wrong faction. He's tied himself to the felon orange twerp faction. Show me what's gonna, you want that one? Off the cliff. Foolishness, off the cliff. Yeah, it's just going to be too much. They're not going to be able to bring it home. Ten of Wands. The information that comes out. There's the star at the bottom. Again, same position. But in the past, we've got the insider trading, crowning the reading. I know there's same cards, but different order. The alchemy, turning lead to gold. But it's flipped on, these same cards, different order, flipped on its head. Ace of Swords in the immediate future, being forced to walk away externally, internally, the smug merchant thinking they've got it all lined up, but doesn't work out for them, because here is the Wheel of Fortune, karma biting them on the bum, the outcome, Two of Swords, legal crossroads, Page of Cups, unexpected information coming forward, and the Justice card. And we've got the Hierophant and the Tower and the Death card and the Investigation. Stupid fools. You've got, on the bottom, you've got the Nine of Pentacles, living the life of luxury, thinking it's all hunky-dory. Ten of Pentacles, coming to an end. The Moon card, and then the Eight of Swords, prison time potentially. I don't need to read any further. These Nutlick kids and Daddy Dearest are going to be in quite hot legal water. Okay, so do I have a look at? Or I just have a little short one? Okay, catch you shortly.